that I've just started. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. So hello everyone. My name is Oscar Llama. I lead our charge infrastructure um, team here at Beta Technologies. Um, I'll start with a quick background of Beta in case you haven't heard or if you haven't heard from us lately. There's been a lot of updates recently, so I'm going to start by saying most of what you see on this presentation are real photographs of our aircraft flying around. We try to be as real as possible, and we try to avoid, adding graphics that might uh, provide information that we haven't done. We really want to show what we've done and not make, promises on what we'll do. But here, what you see on the screen is one of our first production version, conventional takeoff and landing aircraft flying. I believe this was in Utah, one of our demonstrators recently. But a little bit about Beta. We were founded in 2017. We're headquartered in Burlington, Vermont. We're now about more than 900 employees. Um, we're ownership, I just changed this. We just went through an IPO last week or 2 weeks ago. And it was a very exciting moment for the company. But yeah, we're on a mission to create an electric aerospace company that will essentially enable all electric, zero carbon aviation on the various multiple use cases, cargo, logistics, medical, and passenger missions as well. We have three pillars supporting the mission. So we're building electric aircraft. We're also building charge infrastructure to support charging these aircraft. And we're building the training programs for pilots and mechanics to be able to service these aircraft. A little bit about our partners, and you'll get an idea here also on our use cases here. So obviously we used some private funding. Now we're public, but those were all early investors on the screen. On the medical use case, some of our customers are United Therapeutics, Metro Aviation, and New Zealand Air Ambulance doing, air ambulance services and organ transplant, organ movement type of missions. On the cargo side, we have two demonstrator programs going on right now in the world. We're happy to share we have aircraft flying in 3 continents at the moment. So we have one of our cargo versions flying in New Zealand for Air New Zealand, and we have one of our cargo airplanes flying in Norway for Bristow. They've been doing that for a couple months now, and they'll continue over the winter. So we're getting real life data on how our aircraft behaves in real world situation. Um, so I mentioned medical, mentioned cargo. On the passenger side, we were one of the very first aircraft to fly at JFK. If you haven't seen those videos on YouTube, I'm happy to share with the group. But very excited that we were able to land at JFK and we didn't hold traffic. We were able to do our approach at regular speeds, and it worked really well. We integrated with the airspace like any other aircraft. A little bit about our two variants. We have, like I mentioned, the conventional takeoff and landing. This is all electric, takes off from airports, lands at airports. We took about 70 to 80% of the commonality of the design and we put it into our VTOL version. And we just added what we call the lift kit there to be able to support that vertical takeoff and landing. Today, I'm gonna focus more on charge infrastructure. So we as a company, decided a few years ago we need to build a network to be able to show our aircraft to potential customers. And we realized quickly we couldn't do it alone. So we decided to standardize or work with GAMA, the General Aviation Manufacturers Association, and their EPIC committee to standardize the charge infrastructure used for electric aviation. And all these OEMs you see on the screen, included Eve Air Mobility down here, they signed up to use CCS as the charging standard for charging these vehicles. So with that in mind, we started building a network. And now we're at 54 locations throughout the US. And we're quickly expanding towards the West Coast. We have, good partnerships there with FBOs like Atlantic, they spoke earlier. So looking to install chargers at their FBOs and continue growing, the network. Something really interesting about charging electric aircraft is people are familiar, hopefully, with ground EV charging stations. And whenever you're doing a cross-country trip on your vehicle, you see a little screen saying your battery is getting conditioned for fast charging. So there's some systems on your vehicles that kind of warm up the battery and get it ready for fast charging. Those systems on our aircraft and in most bigger aircraft are not on the aircraft itself because of weight restrictions. So we have to build those systems on the ground. So what you see here on the screen is a real charging session on our first production VTOL. And you see on the left is our charge cube. It's a 320 kW charger. It has a 50-foot or a 15-meter retractable cord. It's using a CCS cable that's really thick and heavy. So we have a motorized reel in there that's helping a single operator move it in and out. And that's providing the electrodes. At the same time, we have this thermal conditioning cube that's providing liquid coolant through the batteries in the aircraft. And it's essentially bringing it up to temperature or bringing it down, depending on the need, to enable that fast charging capability. We are working with all major OEMs to standardize also the battery cooling system. We are in a working group with the Society of Automotive Engineers, SAE, AIR 847. That's the name of the standard that's going to be passed to essentially make it a standard that everyone uses. So when we're building this infrastructure, we can support any type of aircraft out there. So I mentioned our network of 54 chargers. We have a mix. We started, with third-party chargers in that network, but lately we've been upgrading to Beta charge cubes, as you see here on the screen. This is a product we have available. We work with, FBOs, airports all over the world to bring this technology and electrify their locations. So please reach out if you have a contact or you're interested in talking more about this. We also have we call it a mini cube. So it's a same charger, slower capacity, but it's on wheels. So same cable length, about 15 meters. You can move it around. It's designed to be used inside a hangar space where aircraft are repositioned all the time. So this provides kind of like a overnight capability of charging, or if the aircraft has a long dwelling session, you're able to charge using this product too. It's also great for demonstration purposes. We're able to charge while people are like walking around the aircraft. So that's all I wanted to cover. Look forward to the panel to answer any questions. but I appreciate the opportunity to sharing this with all of you.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Manel, thank you for making it. I'm sorry that